Imagine this. You have been an NRI for many years now. You worked hard, built a family, kids are going to great schools, you are happy. But in the back of your mind, you know you want to come back to India at some point in time, maybe closer to retirement. So for you, investing in India is not an option, but a non-negotiable. Now, this is not a singular case. Many NRIs think like this, and it becomes critical to figure out the best ways to invest in India for NRIs. Now comes the tough part. Traditionally, for NRIs, investing in India meant fixed deposits and real estate. However, with growing awareness of stock market and mutual funds, most people are looking beyond these traditional options. And let me tell you, India is growing beyond normal mutual funds, and things are getting easier for NRIs day by day. With the introduction of financial centers like GIFT City, it has become much easier for NRIs to invest in India. So in today's video, this is what we are going to discuss. Why should you invest in India? What is GIFT City and what are the different investment options available for NRIs in GIFT City? This is the Home Advantage. Welcome to another video. Alright, so the first question. Why should an NRI living in a developed country also invest in an economy like India? It's not just emotional, it makes financial sense too. Because the Indian economy is projected to grow at 7.4% in the financial year 25-26. This makes India one of the fastest growing economies in the world, and where there is growth, that is where you should invest. Also, if you invest your money in an FD abroad, say in the UAE, you will earn around 4% interest. At the same time, a rupee FD in India will fetch you 7 to 8% per year. Even better, GIFT City FDs will give you 5 to 6% tax-free returns in US dollar terms. So what is the best way for NRIs to invest in India? A few years ago, I would have said invest in a normal Indian mutual fund or go for an NRE FD or an FCNR FD. But things developed super fast in India, and now we have GIFT City, something that every NRI has been dreaming about for years. So what is GIFT City? It is India's first international financial center, similar to free zones in Dubai, Singapore and Hong Kong. Just like the world is attracted towards Dubai, the Indian government wants to simplify investing in India for NRIs and foreign investors. That is the whole idea behind GIFT City. Now, geographically speaking, GIFT City is a special economic zone in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. But although it's in India, it's not really India. Because the tax rules are different, investment structures are different, and the biggest of all, Indian rupee is not the official currency in GIFT City, which means it's like a foreign country within India. Now, talking about regulations, GIFT City is governed by IFSC, or the International Financial Services Centers Authority. It is a unified regulator which has the powers of SEBI, RBI, IRDI and PFRDA. Today, almost every bank in the country, almost 30 banks have started operations in GIFT City, so has mutual funds and other financial companies. Now, what are the major benefits that GIFT City offers an NRI? First, the taxation is very lenient in GIFT City. For NRIs, there is no tax on India-focused mutual funds or fixed deposits or Category 3 AIFs in GIFT City. You don't even have to file taxes in India for these investments. Second, NRIs can invest in their foreign currency. Say you are in the UK. You can directly invest in pounds so that you don't have to worry about INR depreciation. Now this is a game changer because even though your NRE FDs give 6.5% returns, considering 3% INR depreciation every year, the effective return comes down to just 3.5%. At the same time, you get the full 4 to 6% returns in GIFT City FDs. Also, in GIFT City, you can make the investments directly from your foreign bank account. You don't need an NRE or NRO account, which means no PIS or non-PIS drama either. Plus, the money you invest in GIFT City is completely repatriable, meaning no paperwork to take your money back. Now, moving forward to the big question. How does GIFT City help NRIs? Or in other words, how can you grow your money using GIFT City? There are various investment options available for NRIs in GIFT City. You have to choose the ones that's ideal for you. It's new and upcoming, so there's not many investment options like in India, but enough to start diversifying your investments. Let me tell you about each of them one by one. Number one and the safest option, GIFT City Fixed Deposits. Now the concept of FDs is not new. Everyone understands it. But GIFT City FDs are little different. Think about this. You are an NRI and you invest in a normal FD in your Indian NRE account. Let's say you get 7% interest and you think it's 100% safe. But there's one point that we miss to understand. INR depreciation. On an average, the Indian currency is falling 3% every year against the US dollar. So when you get 7% on your NRE account, it's not completely safe. You're only getting 4% after factoring in the INR depreciation. And this is where GIFT City FDs come in. Here you have the option to start the FD in any of your favorite currencies. US dollar, pound, dirham, etc. And the interest will be 4 to 6%. But if you think about it, you get these full gains without having to worry about the INR depreciation. So in effect, GIFT City gives you the highest returns. Now, how about FCNR FDs, you may ask? Yes, FCNR is also in non-INR currencies like the US dollar, and it works pretty much the same way. You get all these benefits, but there is an issue here. The minimum tenure of an FCNR FD is 1 year, and if you withdraw before this 1 year, you get nothing. Zero returns. At the same time, in GIFT City, shorter tenures are also available. 3, 6 months, etc. You can check this directly on the Belong app. Most people use FDs to keep their emergency fund, so a flexibility to withdraw this amount when needed without compromising on returns is an important feature. Now, the second investment option is mutual funds. Over the last few years, mutual funds have come to great prominence among NRI investors. Yes, they are riskier than FDs as it is linked to the stock market, but the chances of getting good returns are much higher in the long term. So mutual funds are a great way to plan for your long-term financial goals. Now, why is GIFT City mutual funds better for NRIs than normal Indian mutual funds? The greatest benefit is around taxation. Profits from your GIFT City mutual funds are completely tax-free in India for NRIs. In normal mutual fund, you have to pay a long-term capital gains tax of 12.5% and a short-term capital gains tax of 20%. Additionally, there is also the securities transaction tax and other charges. Plus, when selling your mutual fund units, you get the money after deducting the TDS. Now, all of this disappears in GIFT City. No TDS, no STT, no income tax in India. Invest your money and take 100% of the profits. It's that simple. Now, some of you might be wondering about the Double Taxation Avoidance Agreement or DTAA. For those who don't know, DTAA is an agreement that India signs with other countries so that the investor doesn't have to pay taxes in both the countries. For instance, if you look at the India-UAE DTAA, India won't tax you. You only pay taxes in the UAE. And since the UAE has zero capital gains tax, your entire gains become tax-free. This is completely true, but there is a problem here. The process of applying for the DTAA benefits involves getting a TRC or tax residency certificate, which costs around 25,000 rupees per year in the UAE, and there is a lot of paperwork involved. So this won't be practical for most people, and unless the redemption is carefully planned, TDS will be cut first and you have to get it back from the IT department after getting the TRC certificate. Now this charge varies from country to country, but in essence, you have to apply for DTAA separately and the TDS will still be deducted. GIFT City makes this entire thing smooth and simple for NRIs. Alright, FDs and mutual funds are two investments that most people know about. But the third option is not very common, and that is alternative investment funds or AIFs. Alternative investment funds are private investment vehicles that are meant to pool money from institutions and sophisticated investors and invest it in specific strategies. Now, AIFs are divided into three categories. Category 1 focuses on socially and economically impactful projects like startups, small and medium enterprises, infrastructure projects like roads, power transmissions, etc. So, this category of AIFs include venture capital funds, angel investing funds, SME funds, etc. and is ideal for investors who love to take higher risks and are ready to invest for the long term. Now, category 2 AIFs are slightly different. It includes private equity funds, which invest in established companies and pre-IPO companies, debt funds, which invest in corporate bonds, real estate funds, which invest in commercial and residential real estate projects, etc. Now we have the third category, category 3 AIF. These alternative investment funds follow strategies like long-only investments, short selling, leverage trading on futures and options, etc. The goal is to generate high returns by taking on higher risk. Certain AIFs in GIFT City allow investments with amount as low as $10,000 for accredited investors. Now, how are GIFT City AIFs beneficial? All categories of AIFs are taxed at the fund level, so investors don't have to pay any taxes on the investments. And certain category 3 funds that invest in Indian mutual funds enjoy pass-through status and are not taxed at fund level either. And unlike normal AIFs, the onboarding process is super simple in GIFT City AIFs. The KYC is easy and you don't even need a PAN card to start this investment. Plus, you can invest from your foreign bank account and the funds are fully repatriable without any restrictions. And lastly, the payout will be done in global currencies, so you don't have to convert it to INR just like GIFT City mutual funds. Apart from these, private portfolio management services are also available for NRIs in GIFT City. So to sum up, we discussed GIFT City and how it is becoming a game changer for NRIs and the various investment options available in GIFT City for NRIs. India is changing super fast and is now ready to welcome NRIs and foreign investors to invest in India with initiatives like GIFT City. Over the recent years, GIFT City has grown massively and will only keep growing in the days and months to come. So if you're an NRI, don't miss GIFT City and plan your investments accordingly. Do check out below, the first fully regulated investment platform in GIFT City for NRIs. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. This is the Home Advantage. See you in the next video.